Soccer fans, we are live here at Hallway Field for this USL2 matchup between your AFC Ann Arbor Mighty Oak and Midwest United FC. Taking a look at these two teams as kind of breaking down where they're at. Ann Arbor is 2 wins, 3 losses, no draws as they started off. As we take a look, they started off versus Midwest United. That was back on the 20th of May. That was Wednesday, and that was a 3-0 win by Midwest United. They had scores of Forsyth, Perez, Carnada, and Zavala were the scores back when these teams first met. So Midwest United won the home match. Then AFC Ann Arbor on the 23rd went out to Lansing City and beat Lansing City 2-1. Lama and Aban, the scores for Ann Arbor. Then on the 29th of May, that would be Friday, Ann Arbor hosted Union FC Macomb. That was a 2-1 win as well, as Zatuni and Aban were the scores there for Ann Arbor. Then they went out to Oakland County, and it has been a rough couple days on the road. The 31st of May at Oakland County, that was a 4-1 loss at Oakland County. Oakland County is undefeated at this point in time. They had Larson scored Direction, former AFC Ann Arbor player, over at Oakland County. Korea and Stenovic scored as Helan scored for Ann Arbor. And then on Wednesday, the 10th, it was Ann Arbor at the Flint City Bucks. They had a game that Ann Arbor ended up playing early red card to Aban as he went kind of to get a ball that went to the right of the goalie. The goalie landed on him. He got a red card, so he cannot play in today's match. He is restricted from playing in today's match. So Ann Arbor very early on was playing 10 players to 11, and then a second yellow card made Ann Arbor 9 to 11 in that game. And then there was a good long, like 45-minute weather delay at the 80th minute. So it was not a fun game for the Ann Arbor players or the Ann Arbor crowd. The scores for Flint City, in the 27th minute, it was Moeller Jensen. In the 89th minute was Moeller Jensen to make it 2-0. In the 81st minute, right after the restart for weather, it was Ludwig who scored to make it 3-0. Yesian scored in the 85th minute, so 4 minutes after that, Ann Arbor cut it to 3-1, but then 2 minutes after that, in the 89th minute, Ludwig got his second to make it back 4-1. So a brace for Moeller Jensen, a brace for Ludwig, and so last 2 home games were wins, 2-1. Last 2 road games were losses, 4-2, and we'd much rather have a 2-1 win here versus Midwest United, if at all possible. If we come out and take a look at Midwest United here, they started off on the 16th with a 1-0 loss as they hosted Lansing. We talked about that Midwest Ann Arbor game, 3-0, back on the 20th of May. They lost hosting. They hosted their first 3 games of the season. They lost as Kalamazoo came to town. That was a 1-0 loss. That was at Midwest United. Then they went over. They visited Macomb, Union FC Macomb. They beat Union FC Macomb 4-0. Then they played at Atwood Stadium at the 6th of June. That was a 2-1 win by Flint. And then they were last at Oakland, or they hosted Oakland, County. Oakland County beat them 3-1. Looking at the match details of that match, looking at the history there, as it was actually a score by Zavala that got Midwest United in the lead first. That in the 51st minute. Then in the 65th minute for Oakland County, Larson scored. Direction had 2. Again, former AFC Ann Arbor player Andrew Direction scored in the 82nd minute and in the 90th minute. So a brace for Direction, and that made it a 3-1 win there for Oakland County. So taking a look at that. Just a little bit about these two teams out there. Let's take a look at the next upcoming 5 games for AFC Ann Arbor. So if we take a look, there we go. For some reason, my monitor went out. On the 20th, this men's squad will be, that's a Saturday, June 20th. This men's squad will be over at Kalamazoo FC. And that's a 5 p.m. game. Then June 21st, they will be here. That's a Wednesday. So that'll be about a week and a half. They will be here. That is hosting Flint City. That is a 7 p.m. game, so big games coming up. Then on June 27th, they will be at Lansing City. That's a Saturday. That will be a 7 p.m. game. Then heading into July, the day before Independence Day, we will have Oakland, right now undefeated, Oakland County, coming in. Kind of a little bit of a surprise this season that they're top of the table. That's a 7 p.m. game. Then June 7th, they will be at Union FC Macomb. That was at the Romeo Football Stadium. That will be a 7 p.m. game there. If you let's take a look at our standings out there. So Oakland County again up at the top. They have played 6 matches. They have won 6 matches, no losses, no draws, 18 points and a 3.0 points per match. So they've gotten every point available to them thus far this season. Flint City Bucks not that far behind them. They have played 5 matches and won 5 matches, no losses, no ties, 15 points, so 3 points behind, but still 3.0 points per match, getting the maximum there. Kalamazoo is now played 6 matches. They are now 3-3. They just had another win versus Lansing City last night, I believe. So Kalamazoo has played 6 matches, 3 wins, 3 losses, no draws, 9 points for Kalamazoo, and then 1.5 points per match for Kalamazoo FC. AFC Ann Arbor is in the number 4 spot, as they have played 5 games, 2 wins, 3 losses, 6 points on the season, no draws, 6 points on the season, and a 1.2 points per match there. Midwest United just a little behind them. They've played 6 matches, same number of wins, 2 wins, but they have 4 losses out there, no draws, 6 points, just like AFC Ann Arbor, but they have a 1.0 average points per match. Lansing City and Macomb are tied, so it depends on which way you want to flip it. If you went by goal differential, Macomb would be 6 and Lansing would be 7, but I saw those changes right before the game, so I couldn't update our graphic here. But Lansing City, they're both tied. 5 games for Lansing City, or 6 games, excuse me, for Lansing City. 1 win, 5 losses. They have 3 points and 0.5 points per match. Same thing with Macomb. 6 games played, 1 win for Macomb, 5 losses, 3 points for Macomb altogether, and a 0.5 points per match out there. So that is the top, the table there for the Great Lakes Division. The next home game is going to be Tuesday. So this is kind of the closest remaining 2 home games together, as we will be off Sunday and Monday, so go enjoy the World Cup. But then Tuesday, June 16th at 7 p.m., Detroit City FC returns to Pioneer High School to take on AFC Ann Arbor. That is a USLW match. That's the women's squads battling out there. So we are excited to see that coming up. So make sure you come on out Tuesday, June 16th. There are only 5 home games left between the men's and women's squads coming up. So we only have 5 home games left. Make sure you come on down. If you want to get the jerseys the players wear, you can certainly do that here at Hallway Field. Pick up those a copy of one of those beautiful Diaza jerseys. You can also order at afcannarbor.com. Go to the merchandise and you can order there. So we're very grateful about that. We do have our starting lineups out here, our starting 11 for the 2 teams. For Midwest United, it's going to be McConville wearing number 1. I believe the keeper there. Wearing number 3 is Shannon. Wearing number 4 is Forsyth. Wearing number 7 is Aja. Wearing number 8 is Ingavi. Wearing number 10 is Zavala. Wearing number 11 is Stout. Wearing number 12 is Clementson. Wearing number 20 is Izu. Wearing number 24 is Faber. And wearing number 26 is Baker. The starters for Ann Arbor, number 4 is Amadi Amina. Number 5 is Ma. Number 6 is Consoloni. Number 8 is Zatuni. Number 11 is Lama. Number 12 is Halan. Number 17 is Diaz. Number 18 is Kim. Number 22 is Adore. Number 23 is Chalkers. And number 99 is Reese Moeller. So we appreciate that. That's your starting 11. Doug will call those out in just a moment. There's a lot of great soccer coming up today. Lots of great games coming up today. Kicking off right when we kick off at 3 o'clock, Qatar and Switzerland will be playing over in San Francisco at Levi Stadium in San Francisco. They are in Group B. At 6 p.m., it's Brazil-Morocco. They're going to have a watch party over at Connor O'Neill's for the World Cup games. So Brazil versus Morocco, that's in New Jersey at MetLife. They are in Group C. Then you have a couple USL games coming up after ours. At 7 p.m., Union FC Macomb will be at Lansing City. And at 7 p.m., the Flint City Bucks are at Oakland County. That is the USL 2 game of the week, as both of those squads are undefeated. Then at 8:30, it's the NBA Finals. The Knicks are at the Spurs. Knicks trying to wrap up a world championship there. Then at 9 p.m., it is Haiti versus Scotland. That is going to be over in Foxborough, Massachusetts at Gillette. That is going to be in Group C. And then finally at midnight, I will be watching this because it's Group B or Group D, the other two folks in the group with the United States and Paraguay. That's a midnight game. Australia versus Turkey. Is that what we're calling now? Turkey, I believe. That's going to be in Vancouver at BC Place at midnight. So my wife will be kindly sleeping, and I will be trying not to wake her up watching that game downstairs, and that should be a fantastic match. We got a lot of things going on. It is World Soccer Day here, so lots of action. If you are coming down to the match. I just pulled that up and it went away on me. That's the problem of trying to look at things live on the internet there. So World Soccer Day. So you can celebrate the World Game. You can wear your club or national team jersey here, so you'll see a lot of other jerseys there. There will be the Brazil-Monaco watch party at Connor O'Neill's after the match. You can win if you come to the game today, if you're coming on down, you can win a Lego World Cup trophy at the game. You can also get a map of where all the different countries are for the World Cup, with a set of stickers and a map and sticker for the first 100 kids who come to the game. So if you're working on coming on down, you can do that. And then I think for all the kids who get the countries right stickered on there, they'll draw one to get a jersey out there. So nice World Soccer Day today. And talking about kind of the world, I didn't look up where all the Midwest United players are from, but at least the starters for Ann Arbor. Amadi Amina is a freshman at Georgia Southern, but he is from Middlesbrough, England. Yurichko out there is from Munich, Germany. So we appreciate that. Lucas Ma is from Switzerland, based Switzerland. He's a junior at the University of Bridgeport. Zatuni out there is from Saint-Étienne, France. One of 3 players from France on the team this season. Halan, if I take a look. For some reason I don't have that one on my list. It didn't get on there, but try and effort that and have that. Diaz, I did not. Diaz is from Panama, so he's from Cloud de Panama. He played for Des Moines Menace earlier. 3 games for Des Moines Menace earlier in the season. Number 18, William Kim, is... Did I get that right? There it is. Yeah, William Kim is from South Korea, Seoul, South Korea. That is William Kim is the first player to play for AFC Ann Arbor from South Korea, at least that I could find in the historical information that we were taking a look at. Adore, number 22, Adore. He is from Ghana, Hikpo, Ghana. He's one of the first Ghana players. We actually have not had a Ghana player before, and we have 3 on the team this season. So taking a look, it is Leon is from Ghana as well, and Aban is from Ghana, but he won't be playing today. Chalkers, number 23, he's from Latvia, first player from Latvia. He's from Regina, I'm murdering that, but he's from Latvia. Forgive me there. And then Reese Moeller is from Dexter, Michigan, and he played at Cornell. He is currently an assistant coach at Albion. He has coached at Concordia. He's coached the Michigan Thunder. He's coached the Dexter High School women's group, and he was the AFC Defensive Player of the Year in both 2023 and 2024. So Reese Moeller, longtime Mighty Oak. We really appreciate him. We appreciate everything he does for the local soccer community, helping coach a number of different teams. So a little bit about all the different players and where they are from on World Soccer Day here at Hallway Field. As we should have the teams getting ready to come on out for the walkout, as the reserves are across the way. Congratulations to the United States, by the way, on a fantastic win yesterday, 4-1. Boy, they played well versus Paraguay. It was just a great game. Would have loved to see a clean sheet, but Paraguay's working really hard in that second half as well. But a great way to start things off. You see Nutmeg down there. Nutmeg trying to get everyone fired up and going. We appreciate our local squirrel. He's got to be a little warm today. Game time temperature 83 degrees. Scattered clouds up in the sky. No rain on the radar as of yet. We're going to keep our fingers crossed and hope it stays that way. Anyway, big win for the USA. Canada able to come back and get a draw out there. So I've been, kind of watching the Canadian women's team a lot because of Jade Rivera over there playing for them, as well as Manchester United over in the Premier League. Jade, a former AFC Ann Arbor player as well as University of Michigan player. She's just fantastic defensive back for the team. And so it didn't feel bad rooting for Canada there a little bit. Nothing against Bosnia-Herzegovina. But Canada able to get the draw there, get a point out of that. So fun times already. Yesterday, 4 games. Today, as we talked about earlier. So now everyone is walking up the middle there, as opposed to walking out from the locker room to the left. So we're going to turn it over to Doug here and let him give you the starting lineups there.
A little different. Their numbers are easy. A little small contact.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineup for today's match. First in the visiting white from Midwest United, number 3, Christian Shannon. Number 4, Kai Forsyth. Number 7, Shalom Aja. Number 8, Louis Ingavi. Number 10, Juan Zavala. Number 11, Jonathan Stout. Number 12, Joshua Clementson. Number 20, Joshua Izu. Number 24, Elliot Faber. Number 26, Robbie Baker.
Well done.
In goal, number 1, Gavin McConville. And Midwest United is coached by Luke Ruff. And now, in the home navy blue with the resplendent sky blue vertical stripe, your Mighty Oaks from AFC Ann Arbor. From Middlesbrough, England, number 4, Ezra Amadi Amina. From Basel, Switzerland, number 5, Lucas Ma. From Lecco, Italy, number 6, Leonardo Consolone. From Saint-Etienne, France, number 8, Riyad Zatouni. From Portland, Oregon, number 11, Ian Lama. From Saint-Denis, France, number 12, Johan Helan. From Panama City, Panama, number 17, Alcides Diaz. From Seoul, South Korea, number 18, William Kim. From Hikpo, Ghana, number 22, Abel Ador. From Ruyen, Latvia, number 23, Bruno Chakers. And in goal, from Dexter, Michigan, the decidedly non-exotic Reese Muller. And the head coach of the men's team is Rod Aslani.
Real appreciate our public address announcer, Doug, there mentioning everyone, including on World Soccer Day, where all of our different AFC Ann Arbor starting 11 are from. The officials are Ben Abrams, Strymrum, Balaji, Kevin Kernan, and Omar Seda. Be our 4 officials for the day. Can't have the games we love without them, so we appreciate those officials out there. They have the green kits on. As you heard Doug say, AFC Ann Arbor is in their dark blue kits with the light blue stripe across the left-hand side, the dark blue socks and the dark blue pants. They have the numbers in dark blue or in light blue on the back. Midwest United is in their kind of grayish off-white kits there. They have the numbers in blue on the back. They have the gray shorts and the gray socks. As over on the right-hand side, McConville is wearing the red as the keeper for Midwest United. And over on the left-hand side, Moeller is wearing his gold keeper's kit there. As Nutmeg is showing a red card out on the pitch there. He had a yellow card during the announcement, so we're hoping we won't see too many cards pulled in this match. But Nutmeg doing his best official impersonation there. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you can't be here, thank you for watching wherever you're at. We do have a good crowd coming in. As, again, a little warm out, so people are kind of congregating underneath the shadow of the press box. We do have a good number of people here. We appreciate that if you're coming on down. Still got plenty of time to make a good chunk of the game. So Ann Arbor will be going from right to left here in this opening half. As Midwest United runs down to the left. Moeller running down to the right as we get ready to go. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this USL 2 match. 2-3-0 AFC Ann Arbor versus 2-4-0 Midwest United. AFC Ann Arbor in that number 3 spot trying to hang on. I'd love to see, either Flint or at 7 p.m., either Flint or Oakland County are going to get lost, so one of them will get their first loss this season. And got a few games left for Ann Arbor to try and make up and move up from that number 3 spot. That is blasted all the way back by Forsyth. That'll go. Throw-ins and went out the far touchline. Thrown on the far touchline for Ann Arbor. That ball headed back. Played down. As that sent all the way across. Picked up by Chalkers. Over to Ador. Ador thought about it. Ador now moves it over to Amade Amina. Amade Amina coming up the far side of the pitch. Amade Amina arcs it all the way down, trying to get over to Lama. Lama heads it down the far touchline, and that goes out the far touchline. That is going to be Midwest United throwing. Convo goes to track down a ball for the throw-in. Or, nope, sorry, they're going to say offside. So that ball over. Midwest United has on the center of the pitch. Now over onto the near wing. They move that over to Azu. Azu. All the way down, knocked down, played down over on the near side by Ador. Ador fires it over midfield. That ball, Lama has it. Lama trying to come up the far side of the pitch. Lama moving it ahead. That ball, trying to fire it across. Back over there was Halan. And right on the far touchline and out. Throw it for Ann Arbor on that far touchline. Ball bounced. Halan trying to play it off the body and get it over. That will be a goal kick. It went out before it went over and touched Forsyth. So McConville will have a nice goal kick from the 6 there. So gets that on the edge of the goal area. And we have the Main Street Hooligans in the crowd here. So we appreciate them. And Sky down right towards midfield, headed by Ann Arbor, then headed right back by Midwest United, trying to get it ahead to Ngavi, and taken away up the far touchline. Poked back by Halan, trying to get through traffic, stolen away and dispossessed. Racing ahead with it, here comes Zavala. Zavala moved back on that far side of the pitch. Over there, Faber had it. There's a throw-in on the far touchline. So not taking a lot of time with those throw-ins. As that's sent across. Racing over, trying to get to it is Diaz. Midwest United has it on the near touchline. Coming ahead with it is Aja Haja. Moves it back over midfield. And sent across by Shannon over onto the far wing. Now fed ahead there by Forsyth. Right over midfield, over the blockades. That moved across by Stout. Down on the far touchline. Here comes Midwest United. And moved back over to Clementson. Clementson trying to send it across. Still on that far side of the pitch. Back over by Stout. Now all the way back towards midfield. Midwest United gets it back over to Shannon. Shannon on the blockades. Moved back over to Forsyth on the far wing. Forsyth over to Stout. Stout right on the blockades. Back over to Shannon on the near wing. Midwest United showing patience as they rocket it down onto the far wing, as that will go out the far touchline. Walensky shepherding out there. That turns into a goal, or a corner. Over to take the corner for Midwest United is Zavala for this first big set piece here for Midwest United. Zavala gets it on that far corner. Raises both hands. Zavala, right foot, low line drive kick. That played down on the edge of the 18 in front. And that blasted all the way back. I believe that was Amade Amina who knocked that down. Now ball coming ahead with it is Consoloni. Down the far touchline. Trying to get it ahead to Halan. Halan over there, and that just pulled away by Forsyth. Forsyth sends it up the far touchline. Now here comes the cross from Ann Arbor. That'll go just to the far side of the 18. And a whistle. That's going to be a free kick for Midwest United on the foul. So McConville will come over and take that. We are in the 5th minute, headed into the 6th minute here at Hallway Field in a USL2 matchup between your AFC Ann Arbor Mighty Oak and Midwest United. McConville sending people up the pitch. He has it set on just the edge of the 18. Again, line drive kick. That thing has a little bit of room to work. Door heads it, but that goes all the way out the far touchline. Walensky over there to throw it in. By the way, Walensky, a Pioneer grad, he's playing for Amherst College, who also has purple colors, so he doesn't have to change much from the colors of his high school kit to his college kit. Trying to make his way over is Diaz. Diaz coming down, flips it ahead, then gets it back on a give and go, and all the way over to Halan. Halan up the far wing. Halan trying to get around traffic, trying to move himself around Faber. That ball down the far touchline and out the far touchline, just not able to get there was Lama. That'll be a throw-in for Midwest United. Here in the 7th minute from Hallway Field. Ann Arbor player down on the touchline there. The trainers come out. And 83 degrees here. So it is.
The injured player is number 5, Lucas Ma.
So Ma will get a little treatment as he'll step away over onto the on the far bench there. So a couple differences if you've been watching the World Cup. They've made a couple rule changes that USL 2 doesn't have. Again, they do a 5 count on the throw-ins to keep the throw-ins going. That's not something that USL has adopted at this point in time. Also, they have a count for the goalies to send it away, get the goal kicks going. So just some things that the World Cup has done to try and speed up the game, and just a few differences. So Yurichko comes in for Ma, early substitution for Ann Arbor for an injured player. That ball all the way sent just on the edge of the middle third. Pumped back over as that was sent over by Zatuni. Down on that far wing and sent. That is going to be a kick for Midwest United. As they'll get that ball set. It rolls all the way over. So Shannon with it. Shannon gets it on the near touchline there for Izu. Izu all the way across from the near side to the far side. Played down by Midwest United. Trying to take it away. Ann Arbor. Halan moves it back towards midfield. Amadi Amina has it there. Amadi Amina right at midfield. Moves it all the way back to Moeller. Moeller just outside his 18. Moeller gets it over to Ador. Ador coming up the near side of the pitch. Back to Moeller. Moeller in that kind of goldish brown kit. Keeper's kit. All the way, played down, fired ahead by Chalkers. Now coming down the near touchline. Here comes Diaz. Diaz sending it across. That ball grabbed. Working back is Lama. Lama over onto the far side of the pitch. Lama gets it over as Yurichko gets it into the 18, and that blasted out the far touchline by Midwest United. Throw it by Ann Arbor. That ball down the far touchline. Grabbed by Ador. Ador moves it back over to Kim. And sent all the way across the pitch. Chalkers sends it up high. Rainbows it down the far touchline. And Halan just not quite able to get to it before it goes out the far touchline. Throw in for Midwest United here in the 10th minute from Hallway Field. You know, there's World Cup games going on right now, so we appreciate you tuning in and supporting these local teams. Pre-professional USL 2 League. Ball sent back over to Ador, but a whistle down on the pitch. Is that Kim? It looks like Kim is down on the pitch as he is in some pain. He will have a trainer come over to take a look at him. Already, Ma had to be substituted out for Yurichko. So an early injury for AFC Ann Arbor. We are hoping that Ma will be all right, and we're hoping right now that Kim will be all right. So always say you love seeing these players give everything they have and play their hearts out, but you just don't want to see any of these young athletes injured. So that's not a fun time. As they're continuing, Kim is sitting in a sitting position.
The injured player is number 18, William Kim.
He's going to be looked at. Again, a new rule change for the World Cup is that if a player has to get treatment, he has to come off for at least a minute of time, and then at the next stoppage they can come back in. So a little longer there in the World Cup. Hope you've been enjoying that so far. Remember, you have 5 home games left here between the men's and women's squads. To come watch a little AFC Ann Arbor. That's the World Cup's going to continue all the way throughout the end of the season here as we go into mid-July. So we'd love to see you down here at Hallway Field. If you get fired up, get your kids fired up watching the World Cup. Come watch some USL 2 or USLW action here at Hallway Field as they continue to work on Kim, as he is continuing to be looked at there. So we are really grateful for the trainers who try and keep these folks healthy. I do want to thank some of the sponsors out there for AFC Ann Arbor, first11soccer.com, Units Moving and Storage, Bodman, Counselors and Attorneys, AnnArbor.org. Love a round of applause. Good sportsmanship there as Kim able to get up. So he'll be looked at over on the sideline. Make sure he's all right as he continues to get some treatment on the bench as the official comes over to take a look. So the ball's set about 14 yards over midfield on the Midwest United side. Ann Arbor ready for the free kick just inside the far touchline. Is that Consoloni? Yes. Consoloni, the Italian here playing in World Soccer Day. Lots of international players on this Ann Arbor team. Adore. As you heard on when we talked about it in the open and in the starting lineups, as Doug was telling you where everyone's from, that goes out the far touchline. Here in the 13th minute. Ball thrown in, trying to work it across is Stout. And goes all the way over for Shannon. And picked up McConville. Moves it to Forsythe. Forsythe trying to move it ahead. And racing towards the center of the pitch. Here comes Midwest United. That ball over to Azu. Azu moves it back. Now blasted all the way across by Shannon. Forsythe trying to move it down that far touchline. Rainbowed ahead into the attacking third. Amadi Amina over there, and that goes out the far touchline. Valiant attempt trying to corral it in there was Faber, but couldn't quite keep it from going out the far touchline. So Ann Arbor with the throw-in. So I believe that's Walensky with the throw-in on the far touchline. Looks like we're going to have a substitution. So coming in for Kim is Kucha. So Kim, with his head in his hands, down on the bench. So we really hope he's okay. So Lucas Kucha in for Ann Arbor. So Ann Arbor already 2 substitutions down here in the 15th minute due to injury. Diaz trying to get that ball over, blasted all the way down by Chalkers. Trying to pick it up as Zatuni, but here comes Midwest United as they fire it ahead, trying to make his way across to Zavala. Zavala back towards midfield now. Zavala trying to feed it between defenders. Amadi Amina comes into the middle third, and it's going to be a whistle as a couple feet got tangled there. Free kick for Ann Arbor as they get it going. Kucha took the kick, but they're going to want to have him do that again. So now they'll just move it over. Coming ahead with it, Chalkers up the near touchline. Chalkers gets it to Diaz. Diaz back to Chalkers on his own side of midfield. Chalkers Gets it over to Ador, back into the 18 for Moeller, pressure coming, Moeller chips it out as Aja was right in his face. Up over to Chalkers bringing it up the near side of the pitch. Chalkers gets over midfield. Chalkers trying to move it. Here comes Zatuni blasting it down the near side. Trying to get it across is Lama. And that would be offside, the call. That ball will come out about 15 yards inside of the defensive third for Midwest United. McConville will send this away as he motions everyone to head down the pitch. McConville gets a little room to work, right foot into it as that's arced all the way down into the attacking third. Headed back into the middle third by Ann Arbor. And trying to get it, Yurichko sends it up high. Halan trying to move it over to Lama, but that blasted right back out the far touchline. Walensky with the throw-in. Ken got to call several of his high school games here at Hallway Field for Pioneer High School. Ador has it in the 18. Ador heads up the center of the pitch. Ador feeds it down onto the near touchline for Chalkers. Chalkers back into the 18 for Moeller. Moeller lifts it high, bounces towards midfield, popped up, coming down the near wing. Diaz with it. Diaz trying to cut towards the center of the pitch. Diaz just sends it into the 18. Chipped and trying to move it over. I think that was Lama trying to kick it back that went off of a Midwest United player. That was Kucha. It's going to be a corner for Ann Arbor. So Consolone will come over and kick this away for a Connor O'Neill's corner for AFC Ann Arbor. Another big set piece here in the 18th minute. Ann Arbor would love to get on the board first. Both these teams want to be the first to strike. Try and get some momentum going. Right hand raised by Consolone. Right foot into it across the 18. Punched out. That's going to be another corner for Ann Arbor. That's going to go to the far corner. As good job by McConville to see it and punch it out. But Consolone now heads over to the far side of the pitch. He'll take a set piece from there. All down. Main Street Hooligans trying to get everyone chanting here. Consolone gets that ball just where he wants it. It's a bit of wind today, and it's blowing out to, it's blowing from right to left, kind of out diagonally towards the golf course. And low line drive sent out the end line. That's going to be another corner. So third corner in a row for Ann Arbor, second from the far side. So they'll try again to get that ball in the back of the net. Consolone moves the ball just so. You can see that little flag over in the corner blowing madly right towards the official. Consolone, low live drive kick, headed up and out. That was headed by Clementson, and again it's going to be a corner. Consolone is going to have to ice his leg after all the corners here. That ball across on the edge of the 18. Now chipped back, grabbing it. Kucha moves it, popped as Halan trying to get to it. Lama trying to send it, and that grabbed out of midair by McConville. McConville comes to the edge of the 18. Now he'll roll it out to Forsyth. Back to McConville in the 18. And back over to Forsyth on the far wing. Forsyth bringing it up the far wing. Forsyth trying to get it to the middle third. Moves it ahead to Faber. Faber launches it down over midfield. Back, and Ador has it in his own defensive third. Ador over to Chalkers. Chalkers now starts to move up the pitch. Chalkers stops there. Gets it back to Ador. Ador back over to Moeller in the 18. Moeller here in the 20th minute. Moeller gets it over to Amadi Amina. Amadi Amina now lifts it high down the pitch as Halan heads it back. Played down by Kucha. Now blasted by Yurichko all the way back to the 18 and grabbed by McConville. Zatuni there to provide a little pressure. McConville rolls it just outside the 18. Zatuni races over, but McConville moves it down and out the far touchline, throwing for Ann Arbor. That gets thrown down. Halan trying to get to it. That out the far touchline. Again, another throw in for Ann Arbor, as Walensky has it on that far touchline right in front of the Midwest United bench. And that goes all the way. Consoloni moves it all the way back over to Chalkers. Chalkers sends it down to the near touchline for Diaz. Diaz trying to feed it back. That deflected by Midwest United. Trying to move it across is Ngave. Now back over onto the near wing for Izu. Over midfield, here comes Aja. Aja slips it ahead, racing with it is Zavala. Zavala has that stolen away. Ann Arbor with the interception. Zatuni gets it over to Halan, back to Zatuni. Blasted, trying to get to Delama, but that knocked down. Good defense back there by Shannon for Midwest United. Lifted high by McConville. Now headed by Halan, but that is going to be a foul and a free kick for Midwest United. So they'll have it just inside their own defensive third. Here in the 22nd minute from Hallway Field. Ball back over by Izu. Now Forsyth with it. Forsyth into the middle third. Forsyth left foot into it. All the way back. Amadi Amina will let it roll back to Moeller. Moeller just slide it over to Amadi Amina. Amadi Amina moves that ahead. Now back over to Moeller in his 18. Moeller. And lifted high, headed back right the other way by Izu. Now here comes Diaz. Diaz keeps it in. Diaz racing on the near side of the 18 as he's shouldered away by Izu. Good defensive play back there by Midwest United. Trying to work his way across is Clementson. Clementson all the way to Forsyth. Forsyth trying to avoid Lama's pressure. That on the far touchline. Now tipped right back over to Stout. Stout. That taken away. Here comes Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor racing through the middle third. And over onto the near wing, still trying to make his way over. Here comes Kucha. Kucha trying to slip it between a pair of defenders over to Zatuni. Pulled away by Shannon. And that lifted high down, bending towards midfield. It's Clement as that was sent forward by McConville. Here comes Midwest United as Faber ticks it across down the far touchline. As Yurichko trying to provide some good defense there. Stout feeds it down the far touchline, working his way over. Aja with it in the 18. Aja trying to get across. A trio of defensive players for Ann Arbor. And there's a cross that's poked away by Ann Arbor. Good clearance as that goes all the way down. Picked up there by McConville. His own defensive third. Ball over. Shannon with it. Shannon arcs it down onto the far side of the attacking third for Midwest United. Amadi Amina moves it down. Battle for it as that's blasted all the way over. Mueller will pick it up just on the end line. I believe that was Stout who fired that kick over. Back there providing some pressure is Ngavi. Back over to Amadi Amina. Amadi Amina puts it high, rainbows it down the pitch. Collision there, taking it away was Clementson. Shannon gets it on the far touchline. Forsyth back to Shannon. Shannon comes up the far wing. Shannon, give and go, gets it back. Shannon over to Zoo. Back to Shannon. Now ahead to Stout. Stout gets it right to midfield, coming ahead with it. Here comes Faber. Faber down the far touchline. Right back over to Forsyth on his own side of midfield. Forsyth trying to work his way over. As that is Stout again. Stout back to Forsyth. Now that ball over to Clementson. Clementson gets it back. Clementson, that deflected off. Coming ahead with it, Zatuni. Consoloni has it on the far touchline. Consoloni gets across, and a collision in the 18. The Ann Arbor fans were screaming foul, and that ball all the way out. Here comes Midwest United over midfield. Cutting to the right, that ball moved over to Aja. Aja in the attacking third. Aja making his way into the 18, flips it back over on the near side to Zavala. Zavala cuts up the pitch. Zavala on the edge of the 18, moves it over, that back over onto the far wing, out the end line. Good job by Madi Amina. That's going to be a goal kick. Madi Amina takes a moment to get himself up, stretches out just a little bit. We're glad to see him up. We've already had to have 2 substitutions due to injury. Could really use not to lose any more players for AFC Ann Arbor. Midwest United still with all their substitutions left. Moeller has that set on the 6. Here in the 27th minute, 0-0 is the score here in the first. AFC Ann Arbor versus Midwest United, USL 2 action. One of 3 Great Lakes Division games today. The other 2 are at 7 o'clock.
Number 11, Ian Lama is first.
So Lama tipped over and grabbing it. That's going to be a whistle and a foul. The ball come out over to the edge of the 18. As a door ended up down on the pitch. Official checks with the door. Ball over to Amade Amina. Amade Amina arcing it all the way across. Diaz takes it on the near touchline. Diaz trying to feed it ahead. Ball played down is Zatuni trying to move it. That back to midfield. Now lifted high down by Chalkers. Headed by Diaz. Diaz into the 18. Diaz trying to turn with it. Diaz gets it back to Zatuni. Zatuni lifting it all the way across and grabbed by McConville. McConville has it in the 18. Rolls it over to Forsyth on the far side of the pitch. Forsyth moves it ahead over to Stout. Stout onto the far touchline. Now Forsyth trying to bring it back. Ball ahead. Stout trying to move it forward. Lifted. Low line drive. Headed by a door. Blasted right back over. Trying to work with it. Down the near touchline. Here comes Aja. Aja cuts to his left and trips right over as Kucha was standing there, and that will be a foul. That is going to give a free kick, and that was a yellow card to Kucha. So Kucha picks up the yellow card. Consoloni pleading the case, but this is going to be a free kick in a very dangerous location for Midwest United. Is there they have Aja and Zavala on the ball.
Ann Arbor yellow card issued to number 10. Lucas Kucha is first.
Kucha with his first. So ball set, Zavala. Ready, 3-person wall for Ann Arbor. A lot of people shaded on the far side of the pitch. That ball right through the uprights, and in American football, that'd be 3 points. In association football, that's a goal kick. Beautifully right through the uprights, so that had some distance. Sailed a little bit on him. Moeller back as he ushers folks forward. And Moeller spins the ball towards midfield, right off the back of Zatuni. And trying to move it. Ball over to Shannon for Midwest United. Now Forsyth gets it on the edge of the middle third. Forsyth, line drive kick out the near touchline. Into touch, so that'll be thrown in by Chalkers. Chalkers gets it to a door slowly up the near side of the pitch, gets it back over to Amade Amina. Amade Amina coming ahead, trying to avoid Ngavi. That ball lifted down for Halan, down the far touchline. Halan trying to keep it in and out the far touchline. Throw in over there for Baker for Midwest United. Baker gets it into Forsyth. Forsyth out the far touchline. Throw in for Ann Arbor here in the 31st minute. I want to thank Bank of Ann Arbor, the title sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor. They help the team and the women's team and have equitable compensation for everyone, and appreciate that. What can Bank of Ann Arbor do for you? And across and out the end line. Sailed a bit there. There'll be a goal kick for Midwest United. I also want to thank Wickfield Properties for housing the visiting players for AFC Ann Arbor, as well as the ride. Convo arcs it over midfield, headed up, back over there by Madi Amina. Now back towards midfield by Midwest United. That ball right at midfield. Now over to Aja. Aja battling with Chalkers. Ball lifted down. Back to play it is Izu. Izu gets it back over to McConville. McConville all the way across to Forsyth. Back to McConville. McConville arcs it into the middle third, played down by Kucha. Kucha gets it back, trying to spin away from Aja. Aja taking it away. He's down on the pitch. That's going to be a foul and a yellow card on Chalkers. So yellow card on Chalkers.
Yellow card issued to number 23, Bruno Chalkers.
As Aja still writhing on the pitch.
Ann Arbor, while we have your attention, please a quick shout out to William Kim, who is leaving the field seeking medical attention.
So William Kim is coming off the field. They literally have a car over there, as I think someone's going to take him for medical attention. We hope William Kim's going to be all right. From Seoul, South Korea, he gets a handshake as they pull that car back. And well, you don't want to have them, but one of the good things in this area is there is a lot of wonderful doctors and amazing hospitals and medical areas. So you like to have them, but you don't want to have to use them. So we hope Mr. Kim will be all right. Midwest United flips it across by Stout. Forsyth down the far touchline. And it's going to be a throw in by Baker over there. Amadi Amina has it. Amadi Amina playing it off the body, trying to battle back there with Zavala. Amadi Amina goes down. That's a foul and a free kick for Ann Arbor as Amadi Amina sets the ball here in the 34th minute. Amadi Amina will move ahead as that ball set. Moeller steps back with it. Right foot all the way ahead, headed back by Midwest United, but that'll go out the far, no, well, almost. Amadi Amina keeps it from going out the far touchline, back into the defensive third. Shannon has it. Shannon moves it ahead for Midwest United, over to Stout. Now over midfield, Stout has that ricocheted away. They'll come all the way back onto the near touchline, picked up by Izu. Izu over to Shannon. Shannon all the way across to Forsyth. Forsyth up the far wing. Forsyth. And trying to avoid pressure back there by Consoloni. Faber has it. Faber tipping it. Now pulled away by Yurichko. That ball fed ahead. Tipped by Lama, but that goes out the far touchline. Thrown by Baker over there for Midwest United. Ball played down, 0-0 is the score here in the 35th minute. As Amadi Amina gets it into the 18, that lifted ahead by Moeller. Here comes Lama. Lama racing down the far wing. Lama trying to get ahead, trying to keep ahead of Forsyth back there. Forsyth got tangled up. And no whistle as the fans, the Ann Arbor fans, are incensed by this. And the official probably has a better view of it than I do. That ball all the way down onto the far touchline and out, and a whistle there. Is that another card? That's a yellow card to Ann Arbor. As Arbor picks up a yellow card. Is that the third yellow card of the first half? So Arbor picks up the yellow. Still scoreless here in the 36th minute. All ready for this free kick. Trying to look, I think it's Baker to take it. And fed ahead down the far touchline. Ball across for Aja. Turns to his left, spinning with it, Aja. Trying to get it between defenders down on the far touchline. There's a cross from Midwest United, and Moeller grabs it in the 18. Here in the 37th minute.
Ann Arbor yellow card issued to number 22, Abel Arbor, his first.
So Arbor trying to move it ahead. That ball stolen away, coming the other direction by Zavala. Zavala feeding it into the 18. That ball deflected back there by Consoloni. Now pulled down. Stout has it. Stout. Here comes Consoloni. Consoloni blasted down the far touchline. Collision there. There is going to be a foul. The official writing things down in the book, but I did not see a card, but he has his book out writing. I didn't see a yellow card on there, but it looked like someone got booking. But apparently not.
Midwest United yellow card issued to number 4,
Oh.
Ty Forsythe.
So they will say Forsythe picked up the yellow card. I did not see him pull it out, so must be a quick draw by the official with that card. He pulled it out before I could see it. And the officials are going to need a little treatment from pulling those cards out. They're going to have sore arms. All the way back to Arbor, working his way over midfield, down the near touchline, coming ahead with it. Chalkers had it. Here comes Lama. Lama stutters stepping. Slide tackled away by Shannon. Now all the way across, down onto the far touchline. Midwest United trying to bring it ahead. Goes out the far touchline. Is that Forsythe? No, excuse me. That was Stout trying to bring it down.
Here's a quick reminder to set your mini soccer
Ball down, back on that far touchline. Sent over to Arbor. Arbor has it here in the 38th minute. Chalkers on the near touchline in the middle third, stolen away. Battle for it is Aja trying to pull that off of the near touchline. Challenge there by Chalkers. Chalkers gets it all the way ahead. Shannon with it back in his own defensive third. Pressure by Zatuni. Now that lifted all the way back by McConville. Offside the call as the flag goes up right here in the middle third.
Balls are available by the merchandise tent.
Amadi Amina slowly works his way up the far side of the pitch. Amadi Amina trying to fire that, but that intercepted by Midwest United. Amadi Amina again getting it. Now coming across. Consoloni with a shot. And McConville with the save, and that deflects out. That's going to be a goal kick. That just sails a little far, as you can see. The challenge there. Really good job by McConville to steal one away from Consoloni. So we are in the 40th minute here at Hallway Field. Still scoreless between these two squads. McConville gets himself by the near post of the woodwork. Again, long kicks by McConville. That ball headed on to the far side of the pitch. Faber trying to get to it. Faber gets it back. Now moves it across over to Stout. Stout trying to flip it. Play back into the middle third by Midwest United. That ball over to Aja. Thrown away by Chalkers. Chalkers gets it back to... gets it over to Reese Moeller. Now headed down to Zatuni, but taken away, dispossessed. Back coming ahead with it is Clemenson. Clemenson arcs it down onto the far side of the pitch. Clemenson gets it over to Agave. Agave at the top of the 18, and that one goes out the end line. That'll go all the way out into the trees back over there. Goal kick for Ann Arbor here in the 41st minute. This USL2 match. Well, we will return for USLW action on this Tuesday as Detroit City FC's women's squad will come in and play AFC Ann Arbor women at 7 o'clock this Tuesday. Love to see you here. Amadi Amina has it on the far touchline, back deep in his own defensive third. Shading over that way is Ngavi, trying to mark him and provide a challenge. Amadi Amina down, and it's going to be a whistle, free kick. Quickly across. Consoloni gets it over to Chalkers. Chalkers over to Diaz. One touches it, then gets it back from Zituni. Diaz cuts towards the center of the pitch. Fired into the 18 and out the end line. Just a little to the near side of the woodwork. Here in the 42nd minute, I see a bunch of fantastic young folk with their maps that they got from where all the World Cup teams are from there, putting stickers on them. See if they get all the stickers right. One random map will be drawn for a free kit. McConville, long kick back towards midfield, played down there, as played back over by Zavala. Here comes Consoloni. Consoloni has it, beats it down the far wing to Helan. Helan cuts towards the center of the pitch. Helan trying to make it pass back to Consoloni, tangled up on the edge of the 18. And a whistle, and that is a foul on Ann Arbor. McConville will kick this away. McConville trying to usher folks forward here in the 43rd minute. Again, it starts off as a low line drive kick, but the spin lifts it higher. Interesting kick, and he gets a lot of distance on it, McConville. It looks like it's going to be a shorter kick, but that spin just lifts it higher.
Make sure to scan your entry to win.
Ball on the far touchline, ready to throw it in over there. Midwest United. I think that's Baker over there on the throw-in. Harks it ahead, headed up by Amadi Amina. Consoloni gets it. Hey, here comes Halan. Halan on that far touchline. Halan gets it back over to Amadi Amina. Amadi Amina trying to avoid pressure by Ngavi. All the way back. Lama trying to get to it before it goes out the end line. Lama, pressure from Shannon right behind him. Shannon trying to pull that away. Consoloni. And that is going to be... Well, the flag went up, and that's a yellow card on Consoloni. Is that Forsyth down, or is that Shannon down? I think that's Shannon.
Number 6, the captain, Leonardo Consoloni, his first.
So two players
Fifth.
out due to injury for Ann Arbor in tangle-ups with Midwest United. Ann Arbor with, 4 or 5 yellow cards now? 5 yellow cards now. Has Midwest gotten one?
All right, Ann Arbor.
I do not recall Midwest United getting a yellow one. They might have had one. The ball played down, and again, the officials have a better view of things than I do, so. Ball down onto that far wing. Trying to bring it ahead back over there on the far touchline. Trying to race across is Clementson on the edge of the 18, and that lifted all the way back. Great clearance by Ann Arbor. Here comes Lama, deflected over, trying to get to Helan, but that back over to Shannon. Shannon moves it over midfield. Still battling. Ball sent back by Clementson. And down the far touchline. Lifted back, trying to move it over as Clementson moves it back over. Challenge there. Fed ahead as Diaz has it. That poked away from him by Izu. And working his way across is Ngavi. Ngavi sends it from the far side to the near side. Keeping it in is Aja. Just outside the 18 on the near wing. Aja sends it back towards midfield. And over to Izu. Izu Up the near side of the pitch. Izu racing down, sends it across as that one came off his foot a little, not as he'd like it, as he's hanging his head there. Excellent opportunity for Midwest United, trying to catch a number if he would turn his back to me at some point. There it is, as that was Clementson, who had an opportunity and just came off of his foot a little weird. So we are in stoppage time now.
3 minutes of extra time.
3 minutes of stoppage time. As Kucha gets it all the way back. McConville lets it roll into the 18. He has it there. Lama coming over to provide pressure. That ball over onto the far wing to Forsyth. Forsyth trying to avoid Lama's pressure. That ball all the way down. Chalkers lifts it the other direction. Headed back down by Forsyth. Played ahead. Consoloni. Chip back into the middle third. Sorry, there's Consoloni. And here comes Midwest United. As the captain Consoloni steals it away, gets it over to Zatuni. Zatuni all the way across to Diaz. Diaz cuts it, sends it into the 18. That headed up. And now Midwest United plays it over. So Ann Arbor player down in the 18. Play continues. That ball will get sent back over to Arbor. Arbor on his own side of midfield. Arbor gets it over as Walensky trying to arc it. Oof. That went right off of a Midwest defender awful hard. Now blasted over. Zatuni has it. Up the near side of the pitch. Zatuni heads back up towards midfield. Zatuni gets it over to Kucha. Now back over to Walensky. Now Kucha into the 18. Kucha sends it across, back over, shot by Diaz and a save by McConville. Good opportunity here in stoppage time by Diaz. Still 0-0. McConville. That one, a little lower line drive kick. Madi Amina gets it back. Over there is Ngavi. Trying to provide some offensive pressure for Midwest United. That ball will be a throw-in. Just over midfield. Baker back there for the throw-in. Ball played back. Amadi Amina gets it to Moeller in the 18. Moeller over to Arbor. Arbor brings it ahead. 3 minutes of stoppage time. So we are in stoppage time. Consoloni lifts it down as Yurichko trying to get to it. Yurichko down the far touchline. Yurichko looking for a cross. Yurichko moves it. Zatuni plays it off the body just outside the 18. Zatuni fires it, and oh, just to the near side of the woodwork. Good opportunity, as you can see that come over. Zatuni plays it down and fires it. Good job by the defender. I think that was Lama who got another shot at it, but just couldn't get to settle down. So that will be the end of the first half. 0-0 is our score. As we don't have any really replays to show no goals here, so we'll step away. We will play a little bit of music, and we will be right back with your second half action. You're watching AFC and Arbor, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting on Sports Engine Play. as we are joined up in the press box by the one and only Nutmeg up here with us, as he's patrolling the crowd, giving out, making all the kids love it out here. Come on out, you get to see Nutmeg. It's an amazing family atmosphere, and we appreciate Nutmeg and all he does. So, fantastic job, Nutmeg. And really a great family atmosphere here as time counting down. We got about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the halftime counting down. A lot of the Midwest United players are out now. I think Ann Arbor players, a few of the reserves out, but they're still talking with the coaching staff over there. Nutmeg actually giving a little massage back there to Doug, our famous public address announcer there. Full service squirrel, that's what I'm telling you. Good times here at AFC and Arbor games. Take the family. It's a great experience out there. And we appreciate seeing all the amazing kids here, all the families having fun, and not families coming out and cheering, just watching the beautiful game of soccer, which takes spotlight right now across the world and here in Ann Arbor. It's got about a minute 40 left. Let's get just another little bit of music, and we'll be right back. Underway here in the second half as that ball sent across to Adore moves it all the way over on the far touchline, back over to Consolone working his way. That ball back over to Adore thought about getting it to Amade Amina, now moves it up the far side of the pitch to Chalkers. Zatuni arcs it back over to Amade Amina racing up the center of the pitch. That ball arced all the way back. Kick the other direction, volley down the near touchline and out. So you got a fast young ball person down there grabbing it. He'll get that ball over to Yurichko. In, over to Halan. Halan battling here. Halan keeping it in. Yurichko all the way over to Adore. Races up the center of the pitch. Adore into the middle third. Adore gets over to Chalkers on the far touchline. That over to Kucha. Kucha gets it. Sets Zatuni. Zatuni back to Kucha. Or excuse me, that was Diaz. So Kucha back to Diaz. Diaz down the far touchline. Diaz back to Kucha. Kucha sends it, working his way up now, back down the far touchline. Trying to leave it to Diaz. Diaz trying to work his way past a trio of defenders. That one taken away, dispossessed. Clemenson gets it ahead. Rocketed back. Adore has it right at midfield. Adore over, one touch over. And sent back by Zatuni. Now on to the near wing. Yurichko into the 18. Yurichko towards the end line. There's a cross, and that popped up high. Yurichko trying to play it off the back. Midwest United with it as that's launched all the way towards midfield. And out the near touchline. Amadi Amino will go back and get to that. As Ngavi was trying to keep that in. It's thrown back to Moeller. Moeller just outside of his 18 here in the 48th minute. 0-0 is our score. 2 substitutions for Ann Arbor thus far, none for Midwest United. That ball back to Adore. Adore stops Adore. Trying to come up the near wing. Adore firing it down. That ball played up Kucha. Trying to get to it. And that slipped over by Stout down the far touchline. Ball played back. Ann Arbor going from left to right here in this second half. As Zavala moves the ball over onto the far wing. Now brought ahead by Izu. Sent back into the defensive third by Shannon. Shannon trying to lift it right over midfield as Clemenson has it. Trying to get it into the attacking third. Getting it over to Faber. As Faber providing pressure. Moeller gets it over. As Amadi Amina on that far touchline. Played down right towards midfield. Popped up. Lifted over as Halan has it at midfield. Halan turning with it. Halan cuts towards his right. Halan working ahead into the attacking third. As that's going to be a whistle and a foul. As Forsyth ends up accidentally going over Lama's back, so that's going to be a kick. That ball will come back in a good opportunity. A good location for this set piece for Ann Arbor to try and break this scoreless draw here in the 49th minute. Consoloni there as well as Zatuni on the ball. Now they'll get the wall moved back about almost 10 yards, about 8 yards back. The officials get everyone where they want them to go. Zatuni runs past, hand raised. Consoloni sends it in as that tipped out the end line. That's going to be a goal kick. As McConville will take it from the 6. That ball lifted high, headed back by Ann Arbor into the attacking third. Here comes Lama down the far touchline. Lama trying to feed ahead to Diaz. Diaz into the far corner with it. Diaz trying to send it across. That's stolen away by Stout. Stout trying to feed it into the middle third. Here comes Midwest United across the pitch. Now up the near wing. That ball tipped off the foot but grabbed back. Here comes Faber. Faber feeds it towards the center of the pitch. Ahead with it is Zavala. Zavala moves it back towards midfield. And it slipped over onto the near wing as Faber has it on the near touchline. Faber heads towards the center of the pitch. As gets it back over to Stout. Stout working his way across the pitch. Stout gets it all the way over onto the far wing. Sisu with it. Ball back over to Aja. Aja working his way from the far side to the near side. Aja now shifts back. Aja trying to get around Kuchka. Now tipped and out the end line. That's going to be a corner for Midwest United. So Midwest United earns themselves a set piece. As it looks like going over is going to be Zavala who's going to take this set piece. I think sponsors Big Ten Burrito, Fly Through IO, and Mirlo, as well as Grizzly Pete. Short corner, launched into the 18 and in as a goal for Midwest United, as that was smoked over, and that was in by number 10, Zavala, who opens up the scoring in the 52nd minute. You can see it back and fired and just somehow sneaks its way through all of the traffic. It's a lot of traffic down there, but Zavala able to feed it through. I think Moeller was screened on that one.
United goal scored by number 10, Juan Zavala.
So 1-0, Midwest United takes the lead. Pressure squarely on AFC and Arbor to try and get this game equalized as Yurichko has it. Yurichko up the near touchline. Grab by Zatuni. Zatuni trying to get it back. That out the near touchline off of Midwest United. Yurichko with the throw-in just in the middle third. Back to Yurichko. Over to Zatuni. Zatuni giving a go to Yurichko. That ball back. Lifted over to Amadi Amina. Amadi Amina. All the way across to Arbor. Back to Amadi Amina. Now lifted down the near side of the pitch, trying to get to Zatuni. Taken away, grabbed. Now Yurichko puts it in the near corner for Zatuni, who sends across. And collision as players down in the 18, and that ball all the way across and out. The far touch line, that's going to be a throw-in by Aja. Or are they going to blow a foul? I guess that's going to be a foul, and that's going to be a free kick here for Midwest United in the 54th minute. 1-0 Midwest United able to score coming out of halftime in the 52nd minute. The combo lifts it high down the pitch, headed up there by Chalkers. Now Arbor trying to feed it. Arbor again heads it down that far touchline, but sent right back into the attacking third by Midwest United. They move it on to the near wing. That ball gathered up back over. Baker with it. Baker puts it down the near touchline for Faber. Faber cuts across just outside the top of the 18. Faber moves it back over to Baker. Baker back into the middle third for Zavala, who the goal scorer so far. Tipped right back over. Played off the body by Clementson. Clementson back over for Shannon. Shannon trying to avoid pressure by Lama. That ball sent ahead by Izu. Down the far touchline. Now into the attacking third. All the way across. Baker on the near touchline, deep in the attacking third. Baker moves it up the pitch, trying to get it over to Yessen. Or excuse me, now all the way across, fired. Good clearance by Ann Arbor. That ball back to Stout. Stout lifts it high, and that'll go just high and wide. Goal kick for Moeller. Here in the 55th minute, 1-0, Midwest United with the lead over AFC and Arbor. Moeller over to Amadi Amina. Now Consoloni gets it back to Moeller. Pressure back there by Ngavi. He's played deep, trying to make it difficult on Ann Arbor to get it out of their own defensive zone. Over to Arbor. Arbor. Over to Chalkers. Chalkers up the far touchline. Chalkers cuts towards the center of the pitch. Moves it back to Arbor, his own defensive third. Arbor. Yeah, cuts up the pitch. Arbor gets it over midfield. And ball out the far touchline. It's going to be a throw-in by Midwest United.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner of our Flags of the World sticker contest.
So that played down, flipped over by Faber.
Congratulations.
Now on to the near wing. Here comes Walensky. Yurichko. Yurichko gets it back to Arbor. Now over to Amadi Amina. Amadi Amina. Back to Arbor. Now Arbor Arbor trying to get past traffic. That pulled away. Here comes Midwest United as Ngave with it. Ngave puts it over onto the far wing as that knocked down in the 18, and Muller with a save. Great job by Muller to keep it a single goal game. It's Midwest United showing a lot of sense of urgency here in the second half. Skucha. Back by Consoloni, over to Adora up. Over to Chalkers. Chalkers coming down that far touchline, challenged by Aja. Back towards midfield. It's a cross from Consoloni. Now back to Adora. Works his way wide on the far side. On the far touchline, racing back, Zatuni trying to get to it, but that slid out as Shannon goes to the slide tackle and tips it out the far touchline. Throw in by Ann Arbor. Played down on that far touchline as Zatuni trying to get across. Now racing over, Diaz has it outside the 18, Diaz. Double team there as chips it, both Shannon and Izu with it. That plucked up by McConville. McConville motions folks to get further down the pitch here in the 58th minute. Over to Baker up the near wing. Baker heads back. Now sends it across. Trying to move it over to Faber. Faber up the near side of the pitch in the attacking third. Faber now heads it back towards midfield over to Stout. Stout gets it over onto the far wing. Now tipped there by Clementson. Back over by Stout. Onto the far wing as Izu gets it on the far touchline. Midwest United heading towards the center of the pitch. Shot there, got defended, blocked by a defender. Again, that deflected off. And that went off of a Midwest United player. That's going to be a goal kick for Muller. So get that set on the 6. Here in the 59th minute. 1-0, Midwest United with the lead. Amadi Amina has it. Trying to head out of his own defensive third. He lifts it high down the near wing. Trying to get to it is Lama, but that's sent away by Forsyth. Back to midfield. Played down. Battling it Amadi Amina, but here comes Midwest United as coming up the pitch is Ngavi. Ngavi trying to move it across. Zavala down on the pitch. That's going to be a whistle and a foul. Free kick for Midwest United. Inside the attacking third, so good position for Midwest United to try and make it a 2-goal lead. And Arbor wants to defend this set piece and get a counter going. That ball set. Clementson back to kick it. Clementson, low line drive kick. That went off of Midwest. Player shot in a goal. As that put in.
Louis stopped it and set it up for the other guy.
As I believe that was put in by Stout. See if we can catch the replay here. As that ball tipped back, and yes, Stout had it and fired it in. Stout got it, the assist to Ngavi.
Midwest United goal scored by number 11, Jonathan Stout. Midwest United leads 2-0.
So Ngavi the assist on that one, and it's 2-0 Midwest United with the lead. So now the pressure is squarely on Ann Arbor. And ball back over. Amadi Amina moves it over to Adora. Adora gets it back over. Ann Arbor down 2. Last 2 home games they won 2-1, but the last 2 road games Ann Arbor lost 4-1. They've given up 2 goals here, and their offense needs to at least chip into this to get this down to a 1-goal lead and see what happens. The ball brought ahead, fed down the far wing, grabbed there, stopping with it. Kucha gets it over, tip back, Lama with it, Lama left foot into it, that got blocked, and lifted all the way out by Faber. Faber with the clear. All over to Adore on that far wing.
Number 15, Charlie Lacey. In for number 23, Bruno Chalkers.
So Lacey in for Chalkers.
And number 9, Leo Walensky. In for number 17, Alcides Diaz.
Walensky in for Diaz. I thought I saw a 9 out there earlier, but it wasn't. So forgive me for that mention earlier. But yeah, Walensky in number 9. Ball lifted high, played down by Adore. I believe that's Lacey over there feeding it ahead. Onto the far touchline. Trying to work his way through Lama. Lama ends up down on the pitch. Ball out the far touchline. As that ball, Lama has it. And a whistle and a foul on Ann Arbor. Here in the 63rd minute. All back over, trying to move it ahead as here comes Faber. Faber. Across, grabbed by Stout. Stout. Feeding it. Blasted high, knocked down by Adore, played down by Consoloni. Now pulled back. Here comes Midwest United as Baker on the near side of the pitch. Baker. Onto the edge of the middle third. Stout with it there. Stout looks to his right, looks to his left. Stout comes back up midfield. Stout back to Shannon at midfield. Shannon lifts it, sends it down the near side of the pitch. Baker trying to feed it ahead. That's sent across by Faber. Out the end line, and that's going to be a corner for Midwest United. Here in the 64th minute. Zavala, the first goal scorer for Midwest United, will take the corner. He scored back in the 52nd minute. We're now here in the 64th minute. Low line drive kick headed by Ann Arbor. That'll go all the way over the far touchline and out. That'll be a throw-in. Back over there. Stout looks to throw it in. Stout will leave it there. Now Izu will go over to get that. Izu set on the far touchline. Looks up the pitch. Izu throws it that off the body back there by Aja. Aja trying to feed it across into the 18. Amadi Amina knocks it down. Good job for the clearance to get it back into the middle third. Midwest player down and a whistle and a foul. Midwest ready for this free kick. Clementson. Down the near touchline, played off the body. Baker gets it on a give and go, edge of the 18, punched out by Moeller. That'll go all the way out. The far touchline, that will be a throw-in, but a great job by Moeller to punch that away.
By Reese Moeller.
Easy with the throw-in, close to that far corner here in the 65th minute. Battle for it in that far corner, taken away from Izu, played back over to Stout. Stout firing, that deflected out the end line. Corner kick. So that's going to be a corner for Midwest United as they earn themselves another set piece. Zavala goes over to take this set piece as he gets a ball from one of the ball kids. Zavala has the ball set. Waits for everyone to get ready, waiting for the whistle. So you have a couple substitutions. I see two Midwest United players heading off, two heading on. So the Midwest United players heading on, if they turn their backs to me, I will tell you who they are. They're not going to turn their backs to me before this corner. Low corner, skips across the top of the 18. All the way over to Baker. Baker has it on the far touchline. Baker trying to move it across. That's sent back towards midfield. Grabbed there by Stout. Stout gets it over now. And lifted across by Izu. Down the far touchline again, but out the far touchline. Becker couldn't hold it in. That'll be a throw in for Ann Arbor. As Lacey will have the throw in on the far touchline. Here comes Ann Arbor. Down the far touchline, sent ahead. Racing with it, stopping Walensky. Moves it back across, that chipped high down the far wing. That ball stopped. Lama trying to get across. Lama trying to jump over West United player who had gone down, and offside the call. That is going to be a kick here by Midwest United in the 68th minute.
Midwest United substitute.
Here we go.
30, Adam Flanders in for number 7, Shalom Aja.
So Adam Flanders in for Aja.
And number 25, Jackson Lilly in for number 8, Louis Ngave.
And Lilly in for Ngave. Ngave has been providing some heavy pressure up the pitch in this game. Throw in for Midwest United on the far touchline. They get that towards midfield. Played off the body there. Battle for it as trying to keep it in was Adam Flanders. Throw in for Midwest United. Ball lifted down, headed up back there. Lacey had it. They'll go out the far touchline. Throw in for Midwest United. Coming across that ball, trying to take it away. Ann Arbor had it, grabbed by Midwest United, now lifted back by Consoloni, back towards midfield. Played down off of Walensky, but that's going to be a whistle. So foul on Ann Arbor. Midwest United gets the start back over Forsyth onto the near wing. Forsyth sends it towards the center of the pitch. Turning with it is Stout. Stout moves it directly ahead into the attacking third. Now over onto the near wing. Trying to bring it ahead is Clemenson. Clemenson fires, and that curves just to the near side of the woodwork. Goal kick for Ann Arbor here in the 69th minute. 2-0 Midwest United with the lead over AFC Ann Arbor. Reese Moeller has it in the 18, gets it set on the 6. There is a Midwest United player. Stout was down. So trainer comes over to take a look at Stout. Still fairly warm out. It's actually a degree warmer than we started, 84 degrees. There is a heck of a wind again blowing right to left and kind of out towards the American flag in the far corner of the end zone. So there's the official looks like a couple players coming in for Midwest United. So going out is Faber. Coming in is Diebel. And then also coming in is going to be Yesin. Amadi Amina Ador gets it ahead. Lama feeds that ball down the far touchline. Pulled away. Here comes Midwest United. The Ann Arbor player lost an edge. Into the attacking third. Now that launch right off of Amadi Amina. That was a blast by Adam Flanders. That goes out the end line. Corner kick. So yet another corner for this Midwest United team. Zavala to take it.
Midwest United substitute. Number 18, Sahel Yessen. In for number 11, Jonathan Stout.
So Yessen replaced Stout. That ball headed down onto the near wing as Ann Arbor lifts it all the way down the pitch. Played off the body, trying to bring it ahead as that brought the other direction. Trying to get it to Walensky, but that knocked down. Out the near touchline as Walensky hounded Clementson. Quick throw in by Ann Arbor. Played off the body by Halan. Halan towards the center of the pitch. Halan gets it all the way across to Lacey. Lacey arcs it into the 18, trying to get it to Walensky. Played down by Zatuni. Zatuni sends it back towards midfield. That grab by Amadi Amina. Amadi Amina rockets into the attacking third. Amadi Amina down the near touchline. Amadi Amina holds it in, cuts towards the 18, moves it back over to Yessian. Yessian has that poked away, taken away. Yessian gets it back over to Amadi Amina. That's knocked away from him. Ball loose and a whistle and a foul. Yurichko with it back there. Yellow card. Is Mueller coming out? So that's going to be Fassini in. So Alfonso Fassini in for AFC Ann Arbor. Ball played down. Trying to bring it across. Grabbed there by Zavala. All the way across. Lilly with it. Down into the far corner. Lilly stutter steps.
Substitutions, number 1, Alfonso Faccini. In for number 99, Reese Muller.
All the way back. Trying to
Number
bring it
7,
ahead.
Marco Palusha in for number 8.
And grabbed by
Raheem
Izu.
Zatuni.
So Palusha in for Zatuni. That was the other substitution. All lifted back towards midfield. Popped up by Midwest United. As that sent ahead by
Lucas Yesayan in for number 12,
Pollock.
Johan Helan.
So Halan out as well.
Number
So
20,
Palusha.
Calvin Pollock in for number 10.
So Pollock is in for Kucha. Foul
Lucas
kick here.
Lucas.
All ready for the free kick as we're in the 75th minute. Right foot lifted down the far wing. Played down over there by Adam Flanders. Out the far touchline, throwing for Ann Arbor. Lacey lifts it ahead, that out the touchline.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, the grand prize winner of our Lego World Cup trophy is Kieran Muller.
Throw in there, Kieran Muller winning the Lego trophy. Good last name as
Please report to the merchandise booth to collect your prize.
yellow card shown there. So yellow card to Yessian.
Ann Arbor yellow card issued to number 16, Lucas Yesayan.
So here in the 56th minute. So 7th yellow card on AFC Ann Arbor. Again, treatment happening on the just outside the far touchline. So they continue to work on him down there. Again, we hope that the player is all right. Don't want to see any of these players injured. Now he pops up. Good to see. I think I saw that was Adam Flanders, but let's see if I can catch that number again. I thought I saw 30, but we'll see. So off the pitch, Midwest United player. As soon as I see his back, if he turns it to me, I'll verify that number. And indeed, it does look like that was Adam Flanders, number 30. So he's over off the sideline, substitution in. So in is Hasevic. So Hasevic in for Midwest United. Ready to kick it away, that ball. Moved all the way back. Shannon has it. Smolinski providing pressure down over onto the near wing. Grabbed there by Diebold. Diebold has it taken away. Is Yurichko. Has it. Yurichko slips it back over to Amadi Amina. Amadi Amina. Here comes Ador. Ador racing. Ador rockets it right over the middle third. That headed back by Midwest United. As that fired ahead to Savala. Savala lifts it across to Hasevic. Trying to kick it away back. There's Pollock. That ball brought ahead by Arbor. Is that sent back to Shannon? Shannon.
Midwest United
it slipped over to Clements.
14, Aiden Flanders in for number 26, Robbie Baker.
So Aiden Flanders in for Baker.
And number 5.
Pollock gets run over. Now coming the other direction, Midwest United. That's going to be a whistle and a foul. That ball set right on the edge of the attacking third. As we are in the 80th minute, Ann Arbor down by 2. They have a sense of urgency, but they need to get this game to a one-goal game. So they can have a shot here. Just get one past McConville and see what happens. Hand raised, ball set, ready to go. Right foot into it, lifted, headed, and that just a little high through the field goal uprights. Goal kick for Midwest United. Shannon kind of stops that ball on the 6, grabbed by McConville. McConville steps back, gets some room to work as we enter the 81st minute. 2-0, Midwest United with the lead. Ball headed up by Diebold, now headed the other direction by Ann Arbor, played down right at midfield by Hasevic. Trying to pull that away, back over there is Yessian. Still battling. That ball ahead, Consoloni gets it back. That ball over to Ador. Ador comes up the far wing. Ador, that knocked down, but Ador gets it back. Volleys it into the far corner, but out the far touchline. There'll be a throw-in over there for Midwest United. Played down by Ann Arbor, but sent back towards midfield. Grab, turning with it. That ball rocketed over to Diebold. Diebold bringing up the near side of the pitch. Diebold looks to his right, now fires it over to his left, over to Adam Flanders. I want to say hello to Bilal. Wonderful to see him. Always great to see him at the pitch. Ball back over, grabbed, coming ahead with it. Here comes Palusha. Palusha rockets it down, popped up, racing over, is trying to get it in. Walensky cuts the far side and a shot on that through the field goal uprights. Good opportunity for the hometown kid, Walensky. It's going to be a corner as Consoloni goes to take the corner. Consoloni gets himself set as we are about to head into the 83rd minute. Ann Arbor could really use to knock one home here on this set piece. And right foot lifted high. Walensky firing it. That loosened the 18, but plucked up, and that is going to be offside, the call. That is Midwest United ball. As we are in the 83rd minute here at Hallway Field, this USL2 matchup, 2-0, Midwest United over AFC Ann Arbor. McConville gets himself set back. McConville lifts it up, headed up. Is that over by Lilly, played down onto the far wing. Lacey sends it back. Grabbed there by Fassini. Fassini arcs it. That ball headed back by Ann Arbor, trying to get it over to Lama. Played down, now brought ahead. Here comes Diebold. Diebold sends it across the pitch. Collision there. Ball back into the midfield area. Knocked down there by Hasevich. Now across by Clementson. Clementson. And back over to Clementson. Clementson over, grabbed. Trying to feed it. Is that ball down onto the near wing? Grabbed there by Diebold. Diebold trying to get it as the door collides that out. The end line, that'll be a corner for Midwest United. Zavala to take the corner again. Both hands raised by Zavala. Line drive is good job. Is that grabbed by Fassini? That went off of Midwest United have it, deflected off of an Ann Arbor player. Again, a Midwest United player said it, but Fassini able to grab it. Down the far touchline. Racing ahead with it, Ann Arbor into the attacking third, but that dispossessed, bringing it the other direction is Clementson. Clementson trying to work through traffic, gets it over to Hasevich. Down the far touchline, Shannon feeds it ahead. That ball brought over. Shannon rocketed down the near touchline to Diebold. Diebold has it in the attacking third. Diebold sends it across the pitch. Now ball back over onto the near wing, over to Aiden Flanders. Sent across by Hasevich. Picked up by Clementson there. Clementson straight up the pitch. Over to Hasevich. Ann Arbor with the ball. Ahead to Consoloni. Consoloni trying to avoid pressure. Comes back. Across the edge of the middle third. Trying to get it over to Lama. Lama trying to get ahead, but that headed back by Aiden Flanders. That'll come down and out the near touchline. As good job by Yurichko to throw it in. Yurichko trying to get across that ball on the near touchline. Popped over to Zavala, but that is going to be out the near touchline. Yurichko with it. Yurichko gets it over to Amade Amina. Amade Amina over to Adora. Adora back over to Amade Amina. Amade Amina lifts it high into the 18. Walensky chases it into the far corner as that goes out the far touchline. Throw in over there. That's Zavala with the throw-in. Here in the 86th minute here at Hallway Field, Again, time becoming a major issue for Ann Arbor. They've had the ball down in the attacking third, but not been able to get it in the goal. But they will continue to play hard. This team does not give up as that ball sent across, played down and picked up on a bounce. McConville getting it. Moves it down onto the near wing. Brought ahead with it. Ball over to Diebold. Diebold out the near touchline. Is Yurichko. Lifts it in. Ball down onto the near touchline to Lama. Lama gets it back over to Amadi Amina. Amadi Amina. Back over to Lama. Lama into the attacking third. Gets it over to Palusha. Palusha trying to get it over. Yurichko across. And that grab by McConville. Here in the 87th minute. Ann Arbor down by 2. McConville's going to try and get this ball. He wants that on the other side of midfield. Would love for his team to keep it down there. Ann Arbor needs to keep the pressure on. So they need 2 goals to get a draw. Play down back there. Ball moved across. Lama again with it. When the Ann Arbor player slipped on the pitch, Consoloni trying to get to a Palusha back there. Now that moved across by Pollock. Sent ahead for Palusha, but headed out. Good job by Shannon to knock it down the other direction for Midwest United. Here comes the counter. Ball moved across. Taken by Adore. Adore gets it over to Lacey. Lacey up the far touchline. Trying to get it through traffic. Poked away there by Izu. Consoloni with it. Consoloni over to Amade Amina. Here in the 88th minute, Yurichko. That off of an Ann Arbor player. So Lama trying to get to it, just popped off his body a little too hard. Throw in here by Midwest United as they try and hang on. As we're in the 89th minute. We should have a good deal of stoppage time. Looks like maybe some cramping down there. And one of the Midwest United players, as he has a teammate helping him stretch his leg out. We hope it's only cramping. We hope he's all right. As that was Forsyth down there. He looks like he's all right. And ball thrown in back there by Hayden Flanders. Now high down, played down by Adore. Adore over midfield, Adore. Racing up the center of the pitch, Adore. Gets it over, Yurichko with it, Yurichko. Gets it over, puts it for Adore, who goes down on the pitch and out the end line. That will be a goal kick. As we are approaching the 90th minute, ball set for a goal kick from the 6 by McConville. So we are 1 minute away from stoppage time. Ann Arbor down by 2. Midwest United trying to get it to 3 and 4. Ann Arbor 2 and 3. Ann Arbor would like to get to 500. That ball grabbed by Amadi Amina out the far touchline. Throw-in for Midwest United, as that is 40 seconds away from stoppage time. Throw in by Midwest United on that far touchline. Play down, turning on it back over there is Yesian, excuse me. That is going to be out the end line, goal kick. 10 seconds away from stoppage time. Amadi Amina over to Yurichko. Yurichko trying to lift it. Lama has it. Lama has that pulled away by Hasevich. And it's going to be a kick for Ann Arbor as Consoloni has it set. We are in stoppage time. There was a yellow card shown there. Back to Consoloni. Consoloni gets it over to Pollock. Pollock trying to come up the near side of the pitch. Pollock over to Lama. Lama cuts to his left. Lama moves it over to Palusha. Palusha over Yurichko on the end line. Yurichko holds it in. Yurichko gets it. Pollock sends it across. That ball, top of the 18. Moved back over to Lama. Lama fires it, but that goes wide to the far side. Again, we're in stoppage time here. Ann Arbor down by 2 goals. Midwest United with a 2-goal lead. Conville over midfield, played down by Yurichko. Yurichko blasts it, grabbed by Walensky, but knocked away. That out the far touchline. Last touch there by Izu. Should be a throw-in for Ann Arbor. Whistle. Ann Arbor moves it over to Pollock. Pollock up the center of the pitch. Pollock down on the near touchline for Lama. Lama moving it into the corner. Here comes Palusha. Palusha trying to get across. That's sent out the end line. Again, we're in stoppage time. Ann Arbor would love to get a goal in, and then they can go pell-mell and try and get this game tied, but they need to at least get one first. Time a major issue. Consoloni ready for this corner and raised. The official over, making sure everyone is where they need to be. And here in stoppage time, we didn't get how much. Consoloni, that headed up and out the end line. Corner again for Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor will try and cash in. They, at one time in the first, had 3 corners in a row and just were not able to make it happen on this set piece. That's going to be all. Consoloni has to run all the way across, get over to the other corner there to take it. And we are here in stoppage time. Ann Arbor down by 2, Midwest United up by 2, however you want to say it. 2-0, Consoloni line drive into a pack of players. Popped and a whistle, and that is going to be a handball. So that is going to be a kick by McConville. We have to be getting deep in stoppage time now. We're not told how much stoppage time, but we have well beyond the 90th minute. Obviously, Midwest United in no hurry. Ball played down the far touchline, controlled by Midwest United. As that was moved across by Jessen. Palusha trying to get to it as Clementson has it. Ball brought back, Palusha with it. Palusha heads up the pitch. Palusha trying to cut between a pair of players, but that taken away. Whistle. So that's going to be a free kick for Ann Arbor. That ball down, so Adore back there. Adore gets it going very quickly. Ann Arbor takes the short kick, trying to send it across. That knocked out the end line. I think that's Yessian over there. Played back by Lacey. Yessian. Across, and that grab by McConville. McConville. Out to the edge of the 18 as we are moments away from the end of the match. Played back down, grabbed. Here comes Ann Arbor as that's lifted by Maria Mena. Poke back to midfield. Palusha trying to get past, in, and knocked away from Walensky. Walensky trying to get it back. Lama plays it off the body. Lama goes down to the pitch. Lama has that poked out the near touchline. Yurichko with the throw in. Lama trying to grab it and flip it over his head. And that will do it. Midwest United earns themselves a clean sheet, 2-0, as McConville splits the clean sheet. Ann Arbor drops to 2-4 on the season. Midwest United moves to 3-4 on the season. The next upcoming game is going to be here Tuesday, June 16th at 7 p.m. It's a USLW matchup between Detroit City FC and AFC Ann Arbor, the women's squad. Come on out. We'd love to see you here. I want to thank my camera people, James Wiseman, Christina Wiseman, Mike Butler, our director. My name is Mark Wiseman. A final here in the USL 2 match. It is Midwest United FC 2, AFC Ann Arbor 0. Enjoy the World Cup games today and going on the next month and a half. And thank you very much. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Take care.
Be sure to join us next on Tuesday.